The coastal marine ecosystems play a vital role in India's economy by virtue of their natural resources, potential habitats, and wide biodiversity. India has a long coastline of 8,129 km with exclusive economic zone of 2.5 million square kilometer for exploration and exploitation of natural resources. The annual marine fisheries production in India is about 2.94 million tons against the harvestable potential of 3.93 million tons. Fish production has increased from 3.2% to 4.2% during the last decade. In order to face new challenges, it is necessary to have diversified information on modern fishing technology. One among the recent technology is the application of remote sensing technology in marine fisheries. Scatometer, wind stress measurements, and coastal zone color scanner proves that the satellite derived data is a valid tool in fisheries research applications. Timely forecast of potential fishing grounds helps in optimizing the schedule of fishing operations. Ocean features. What are the ocean features? A mapping of chlorophyll concentration, sea surface temperature, SST and chlorophyll concentration for potential fishing zone forecast will be more effective and informative. India, with so much of potential, has got factors that influence fish aggregation. What are the factors? Changes in temperature, temperature boundaries, surface circulation features, frontal boundaries, upwelling zones, currents, eddies, etc. Sea surface temperature, easily observed as environmental parameter, frequently used in correlation with fish abundance, fish availability, indicator of prevailing and challenging conditions. Variations in temperature indirectly account for distribution of fishery resources. INCOIS, that is Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, which comes under the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India, we have the dissemination of potential fishing zone advisories project for all the coastal states and inland territories. We have 12 sectors. One is conventional methods for locating fishing grounds. What are the conventional methods? Fishing in the traditionally known fishing grounds. I can go back. Back போலாம். ஏன்னா the 12 sectors என்னன்னு சொல்லல. So coastal states and island territories, we have 12 sectors in the coastal maritime states. One is Gujarat in the west coast, then Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Lakshadweep in the west coast, and then east coast, South Tamil Nadu, North Tamil Nadu, South Andhra Pradesh, North Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Orissa. And then the conventional methods for locating fishing grounds, these are the main conventional methods for fishing. Fishing in the traditionally known fishing grounds, number one. Locating productive fishing areas through color breaks. And the third one is presence of large number of seabirds over an area. And the detection of fish through these three methods can be known. Various government organizations like Fisheries Survey of India, Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute CMFRI, National Institute of Oceanography NIO, National Institute of Ocean Technology NIOT, these are the organizations are involved in ocean research, particularly echo sounders, sonars, and Nansen sampler, Rosette sampler, Bethe thermograph. With this, the seawater samples can be obtained. Fishing communities, that is a mental model for availability and abundance of fish, can be known from the scientific community based on SST, chlorophyll, nutrients, dissolved oxygen, salinity, winds and currents to study the feeding and breeding migratory habits of fish and thus to evolve scientific indicators of potential fishing zones. Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays to around 200 notes covering the entire coastline of India, 3 messages in a week will be disseminated to the fishing community for the benefit of fishing community along the coast of entire India. Potential fishing zone advisories have not been issued for the respective period during the days of ban period, during the monsoon season in view of the cloud coverage, and then 45 days ban is being imposed along the Tamil Nadu coast. Likewise in the west coast also during June to August. Now, what are the main areas we are covering for the dissemination of the potential fishing zone advisories for the benefit of fishing community in the North Tamil Nadu coast? One is Tiruvallur district. We are covering 3 major fish landing centers in Tiruvallur district, that is Ennur Kuppam, Pulikat, and then Chennai district, Kasimedu Rayapuram, Santhom, Nochikuppam, Thiruvanmiyur Kuppam in the Chennai district, and then Kanjipuram districts, Neelangarai Kuppam, Kovalankuppam, Mahabalipuram. So what are the main crafts and gears used for fishing along the North Tamil Nadu coast? One is trawl net, bag net, inshore drag net, encircling net, hook and line and gill net. Pelagic gill net gears such as Kalava Valai, Tatta Valai, Vala Valai, Ara Valai, Pannu Valai, Thuri Valai, Mani Valai, Irku Valai, Vavval Valai, Vanjaram Valai, Retta Arpu Valai and Moonu Arpu Valai. These are different types of gill nets used for pelagic fishery resources. So what are the crafts, what are the type of boats used for capturing these fishes? That is 32 feet length, outboard engine fitted, fiberglass boats are mainly used for fishing. So what are the main features involved in potential fishing zone advisory generation from the ocean satellite? We have got 2 satellites in India, that is Ocean Sat 1 and Ocean Sat 2, mainly for ocean informations by the SAC, Space Application Center, which comes under the Indian Space Research Organization. Now we can see the type of PFS advisory generation from the satellite. That I have given the picture here. I have given the chart, PFS advisory chart generating the PFS advisories. I need not explain because I have given the chart here. So how it is being generated, the advisory for fishery forecast? One is maps generated by compositing daily SST images of 3 or 4 days to obtain maximum thermal gradient information. Number 2, potential fishing zone map processes the direction, distance, how much kilometer distance from the shore, then bathymetry depth, validity period and latitude longitude of the area. Both the map and message are useful to the fishermen when they go for fishing. This is the type of information, latitude, longitude are given from the shore, what is the depth, latitude, longitude, and this is the type of map showing the black lines are showing the fish movements, the fish distribution. From based on the GPS, they can locate the area. With the help of GPS, they can reach the spot, and the fishes will be there 3 to 4 days because the advisories are valid up to 3 to 4 days. So we have to, fishermen are advised through this advisory, and they have to capture these fishes within 3 to 4 days. This message we are sending through radio, TV, fax message and electronic digital board and then phone. So these are the 5 major via media through which we are able to disseminate the PFS advisories for the benefit of fishing community. So this is the picture shows how we are getting the validation, feedback from the fishing community. So we create awareness to the fishing community in the above mentioned 12 major important fish landing centers, and this information we are sending through the awareness program, and we get the feedback what is the quantity of fish caught from this particular area, and then we are getting the species wise and then total weight of the fish caught, and then we are able to get the feedback, so that when compared to the non-notified area, non-potential fishing zone areas, the potential fishing zone areas fetching 3 to 4 times more quantity of fish when compared to non-notified area. So in order to authenticate the data, we are actually having the experimental fishing, so that fishermen will trust upon us. After getting the advisories, we use the simultaneous fishing craft and to go for fishing in the same location, so that we may able to authenticate the advisory for the benefit of community. So this picture shows how the message is being generated and the information has been passed on through various via media, and the most practical utility of this program is the abundance of fish catch, number one, and then you can reduce the fuel cost and then manpower. These are the major objectives and benefit out of this project, and this is the results of the PFSat validations, how the fish catches in Tiruvallur district of starting from 2007 to 2012. We have given all the district what are the total quantity of fish caught, various type of fish species you are seeing here. Year wise we have estimated the total quantity of fish in the potential fishing zone areas when compared to non-potential fishing zone areas. These are the species contributing to the in the potential fishing zone area. This is the Kanchipuram district, how the species distribution, the total fish catch in the 3 coastal districts of North Tamil Nadu, particularly the Tiruvallur, Chennai and Kanchipuram districts. This is the total quantity of fish caught in the 3 coastal districts. And as I informed earlier, the experimental fishing for concurrent validations, so that whatever the message we receive from the satellite is being authenticated information for which the experimental fishing is necessary. So fish catch composed of the from the PFS advisories are Indian mackerel, Rasilger canacruta, scientific name. We gave 3 names for each fish, that is local Tamil name, common English name and scientific name. That is Indian mackerel, Rasilger canacruta, searfish, Scombromerus guttatus, carangids, Caranx malum, Carangoides chrysophrys, tuna, that is the other economically important fish, Cutsuonus pelamis, little tuna, Ithunus affinis, rabbit fish, Siganus. These are the commercially important fish caught in the potential fishing zone areas along the North Tamil Nadu coast. This is the sample of fish catch from the potential fishing area. This is the Carangids, Carangoides, Parai in Tamil, and these are the sample of catch from the potential fishing zone advisories. Little tuna, this is called as that is Retta Churai, we call it as Tamil, Churai, Retta Churai. So these are all the very commercially important species. And then now we will go for the major species, what is the total catch from this area, potential fishing area. Suppose the particular species mackerel, Rasilger canacruta, caught in the potential fishing zone areas 240 kilo in the PFSat area. At the same time, the non-PFS area, the fishermen, they are able to get maximum 60 kilo only. So it is more than 4 to 5 times more catch in the potential fishing zone areas. Likewise, all the species we have given here, major commercially important species caught in the PFSat area, and we are comparing with the non-PFSat area. This is the total value of fish. What is the total value in terms of currency? That is 15,000 rupees we are getting out of this fish catch from the potential fishing area. In the non-potential fishing area, it is only 3,000 rupees economy wise, the particular species. So I have given the species wise economy, what is the catch catch in currency, what is the economy output, and then total value. These are the value for different species of commercially important fish. These are then the percentage of advantage. So the percentage of advantage in the potential fishing area ranged from 81% to 98.6%. It's a very high percent actually. So the advantage is more than 80 to 98% when compared to non-potential fishing zone areas ranging from minus 32% to 18.2%. So we can definitely compare this potential fishing zone advisories, the advantages are more, and then the percentage of advantages compared. Yeah. So now we can see how the environmental influence on marine fish catches supporting the fishery in the potential fishing zones along the coast of North Tamil Nadu. We will go to the Ennur area where we have collected the samples mainly surface seawater temperature, salinity, and then oxygen, nitrate, phosphate, silicate. All these parameters we have collected to correlate the fish abundance in the potential fishing zone areas. You can find the different parameters given in the graph as model, how the environment is influencing of all the parameters, particularly the above parameters which I have mentioned earlier. And sorry, அதை கொஞ்சம் break பண்ணிக்கங்க, இது எங்கே போயிடுச்சு. April 2007 onwards, we have started collecting the environmental parameters on par with the PFS advisories, potential fishing zone advisories. That is from April 2007 to March 2008, collecting all the parameters, and these are the parameters, and then fish catches were high, coinciding with the influence of the above mentioned hydrological conditions such as surface seawater temperature, and then the salinity, pH, dissolved oxygen, and the nitrates, etc. And we also correlate the plankton, particularly phytoplankton, zooplankton productivity for the every year in the Ennur area, April 2007 to March 2008. So these are the phytoplankton, zooplankton composition supporting the area, and this is for the 2008 March 2009. We have given the different species caught and then correlating the environmental parameters, and then plankton productivity during 8 and 9, and these are some of the parameters collected from 2007 to 2010. You are able to see these parameters, and we also made a attempt statistically. We have proved that there is a significant difference between the environmental parameters of different years during the period of investigation. So there is a significant difference within the environmental parameters in the areas collected mainly for the Kasimede, Rayapuram, and then this Ennur, and then one more center that is within the city, Santhom. So these are the environmental parameters which I showed over a period of years, and there is a definite difference, statistical application. There is a difference in the environmental parameters, within the environmental parameters in these three centers, that is Ennur, and then Santhom, and then Rayapuram. When compared to Kovalam, that is about 36 km south of Chennai, which is free from pollution. There is no man-made pollution and all. It is only in the minimal level. So there is no significant difference. All the parameters are coinciding. It is a clean marine area when compared to other city belt areas. So these are some of the statistical analysis made in different comparing the environmental parameters and statistically we have proved that there is a differential variation in these parameters. And then as I informed earlier, awareness campaigns are very important, because they are the backbone of the success of the program. Awareness and then feedback. Whatever fish the fishermen they are catching from the notified area, potential fishing zone areas, these information, both the informations are very vital for the success of this program. So far during the last 5 years, from 2007 to 2012 March, we have conducted 49 awareness campaigns in the selected major fish landing centers in the Tiruvallur, Chennai and the Kanjipuram coastal districts. So the method of using the potential fishing zone map and the global positioning system, that is the GPS, were explained to them. We have demonstrated the usage of how to use this map, potential fishing zone advisories map, issued by INCOIS, our organization from Hyderabad, through satellite OceanSat 1 and 2, and then the GPS, with the help of GPS also, that is very important. So the map as well as GPS, through that they are able to reach the area, potential fishing zone area. So we have demonstrated in the field center among the fishing community, and we have demonstrated the GPS operation to the fishermen in the for locating the potential fishing zone advisories. So number of beneficiaries, how many number of fishermen benefited out of this potential fishing zone advisories, that is in Tiruvallur district, Pulikkad, Ennur, Kuppam. First we went, actually some 40 fishermen turned, and slowly we have started giving more awareness in Chennai district and Kanjipuram district. More number of people started coming and attending the program. They are using this message. So far more than 1,500 fishing community people benefited during this 5 years period, 2007 to 2012. So what is the main, what are the major points in the conclusion? What I want to say in the conclusion remarks, the remote sensing application, remotely sensed data provided by the Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, that is INCOIS, has proved to be a useful tool in enhancing not only the fish catch, revenue to the fishermen community, and also reduces the searching time, fuel cost and manpower. Number one. Number two, in order to reach the latest technologies, to reach the fishing community, more awareness campaign and feedbacks should be carried out, for which we have to provide more GPS, that global positioning system instrument, to locate the PFZ location. That is very important. And now almost 70% of the fishermen, they have a GPS to locate the area. That is the advantage, and then they receive benefit by using this GPS. So in total, this potential fishing zone advisories is much useful for the fishing community all over India. So I have given 12 sectors along the Indian coast. So we are concentrating along the North Tamil Nadu coast, involving 12 major fish landing centers. So with this I will conclude my talk. In North Tamil Nadu coast, the most commercially important species are mackerel. That is the local English name called as mackerel. In Tamil that is called as Kana kurta, that is Kana kalte in Tamil. And this species scientific name is Raschelger canacuta, and this has got very good value in terms of money. And then the oil sardine, that is chalai in Tamil. So this fetches, oil sardine fetches more price. And then the seerfish, that is called vanjiram in Tamil, and this also fetch more than 350 to 400 rupees per kilo. These fishes, particularly they dominate in the pelagic fish, pelagic gillnet fishery. And then the tuna, we have got INCOIS has got a separate message, that is a tuna forecast. Especially they are giving a forecast for tuna migration, tuna distribution, mainly the Katsuonus pelamis, and then the scientific name, we call it as churai. It's also very good demand in foreign market. They fetch more than 450 to 500 rupees per kilo. And then the other fish, barracuda, that is the woolly mean in Tamil, this is also fetching a very good price, ranging from 300 rupees. So all these fishes, commercially important fishes, contribute in the pelagic region from surface to up to 10-meter depth. So actually pelagic area, pelagic fishery region contributes more than 40 to 60% of the total fish catch in this region when compared to the demersal fish area, the demersal fish group, that is beyond 40-meter depth. So scientists are more involved in giving more attention to the pelagic fishery resources, where the INCOIS advisories are more useful for the pelagic fishery area, because based on the surface seawater temperature and then the chlorophyll content, now the third factor, nutrient composition, is also very vital for the congregation of most commercially important species like this sardine, mackerel, sailfish, tuna. There is a special program recently constituted by INCOIS, tuna tagging, that is called. We capture the live tuna, length about more than 1 meter, 1.5 meter length. This is the fast swimming pelagic fish species, tuna. This species we are giving a special tag. We have tagged more than 45 numbers of tags are introduced in this tuna. Live tuna can be collected from the fishing catch, particularly the hook and line, particular gear are used to capture this tuna, and then tracking the tuna migration and the migration speed also, where it is migrate, what is the life cycle, and then the breeding condition, and the breeding grounds and the feeding grounds also can be traced by using this tagging. So this is the new method introduced by INCOIS recently. Other than that, we are also giving the ocean forecast, mainly the ocean weather forecast also. What is the wind speed, what is the tide. Based on the fishermen, they are able to go the particular area based on the wind based fishery abundance also can be deducted, and the proper assessment of the fish catch also reported recently. I would like to mention about the applications of remote sensing in marine sciences in particular. Particularly this remote sensing applications, we can use the remote sensing in the particularly in the wetlands management, number one. Number two, the highways, road transport, we can locate particular area for highways and road transport. And then soil analysis, what are the potential soil for the agriculture or aquaculture. So analysis of potential suitable soil area in the earth. So we can apply this remote sensing. Then forest coverage, where the forest coverage is more. According to Ministry of Environment, India should have more than 36% of forest coverage. But now, for example, if you take Tamil Nadu, only 17% forest coverage is there. Forest is very important in the context of global warming, climate change. Forest is actually absorbing the greenhouse gases. So remote sensing will have the direct application on the forestry and then forest coverage, and then agriculture crops. Agriculture crops. What are the weather-based cropping is necessary for agriculture development, And then the coastal marine ecosystem. That is the one we are now talking about. Where is the potential fishing zone areas, and for the sustainable coastal management, this remote sensing is important to locate the potential areas of fish. By that way, you have the sustainable fishing for development. And then the other area is called natural disaster, where the tsunami and other natural disasters are expected. This remote sensing data is able to estimate the exact area, timing, everything on disasters, natural disasters like tsunami and all. Then the other application factor is marine pollution, where the ship wreckage, oil pollution in the sea. There is a separate satellite called OceanSat-2. By that way, you are able to find out the oil slick in the surface water of the ocean. So much of enormous marine life are being affected due to the oil pollution. By that way, the remote sensing data is able to assess the oil slick and oil pollution in the ocean. Then the geological and geomorphological pattern of our earth. So that is very important. 70% of our mother earth is covered by ocean. So the geography, geomorphology, all this earth structure, all these are very important. By this remote sensing we are able to find out the geomorphology of our mother earth. And then the other factor is biodiversity. See, there is a enormous biodiversity species in the terrestrial ecosystem. Likewise, the aquatic ecosystem, in the freshwater ecosystem, then marine ecosystem. So all these species, you have to find out the different species are in the ecosystem in a balanced way. So we have to identify the hotspots of biodiversity. So there are 38 hotspots in the global ecosystem. So some of the species are available some 20 years back. Now the species are becoming extinct. So such kind of information we may be able to assess the biodiversity concept. We can use this remote sensing application. Then the water resources, that is very important, because the water and food are going to be the major threat for climate change. So we have to find out the suitable area for water resources as well as the food production in the agriculture sector. By that way, we may be able to locate these informations. And then finally, the urban development. So urban development, when we take, it is during 1900, the urbanization is only, so to say, 15% only urbanization. Now as per the estimation 2012, the urbanization has increased. Urbanization increased up to 15%, 15 to 50% now. So why? Because of so many reasons, the urban populations are migrating. So we have to find out the land coverage pattern occupied by the human population, for which the land coverage pictures are taken by applying the remote sensing. Okay. Yeah.